Good morning. This is Christy. You're following my weight loss journey. Even though I have ADHD and plenty of other reasons to fail, I am still testing out my bracelet, and it's been actually going pretty well. I think that honestly, it keeps me on track, and honestly, that's all it really needs to do. I can kind of keep working on my macros. I've been working on, trying to eat less, bad stuff. But that being said, lunch yesterday was that double cheeseburger meal at McDonald's with the chicken nuggets and the french fries and the soda. I didn't eat the bun, I didn't put ketchup on it, and so that was like less sugar. I still got barbecue sauce for my nuggets, and I ate like half of the fries, and then I got like a Diet Coke. So, I mean, it was still McDonald's. It wasn't like, what you would call your best meal, and definitely ultra processed. I hope I didn't eat anything too controversial, but the results were that I still came down like 0.2 pounds, and that's not very normal for me. Normally, if I have McDonald's, that's like, not great. But I've been doing pretty good. Also with my protein shakes and doing all sorts of other things. I still haven't really been working out very much because I was trying this Bentonite clay cleanse, which, I'll be honest, I did more research into it. I like to kind of do stuff that seems like it might be neutral. I don't really care sometimes if the full medical journals have even said, we don't really like it, we don't know about it. Sometimes I like to listen to people's results when they say it and they're like, well, no, it worked for me. I had more energy, I felt more clean, I got better, movement or whatever in my bowels or whatever. And just to test it out, But what I did see is a lot of what they did say is that there is actually no mucoid plaque in your gut. And I believe that, It said what happens is the psyllium husk and the bentonite clay is what creates that kind of rope texture that ends up coating your intestines, and then it flushes itself out. What I'm wondering though is if it's possible that the bentonite clay kind of absorbs toxins or anything while it's there. I do know it absorbs vitamins, so I'm definitely still taking my beef organ vitamins and making sure that I am staying healthy beyond it. But so far, I haven't really noticed a huge difference. I also haven't noticed any strange, stringy, rubbery discharge either. So, not discharge, but what do you call that? Just the byproducts. And the thing is it's like I probably just will eventually. I'm not going to assume that was my gut lining sloughing off, but what I am going to do is continue going the 8 days just to see what it does. Does all that psyllium husk and everything make me crave less food? Does that make me lose weight and have more energy because I lost weight? Because usually if you lose a couple pounds, you'll feel better. And so it might not be like because of that, but because of subsequent, things. It's that not everything is causation just because there's correlation, right? So, and even if the correlation is that you just lost a couple pounds because you were eating a bunch of fiber and stuff like that, we could argue that it had some positive benefits, even though obviously we're not going to be able to prove any other positive benefits. There's not like a gut microbe sweep or something where we can test to see what was in there before or what's in there afterward. But I am feeling pretty good. My stomach's been like sitting pretty flat for me, and I think that in general I would say I already kind of hit my goal. I still want to be a little bit thinner, but that's because I haven't done my workouts. I haven't really gotten into that yet. But I'm always persistent that I'm trying. We're finishing up these big jobs, and we've got more big jobs coming up, and so I'm going to be getting those Nordic sticks and stuff like that, and just focus on just releasing my fascias and getting everything loosened up before I worry about toning up. For me, it's all about alignment first before I worry about bulking up. And besides, I do everything slow. Everything has to feel natural. If it tugs at my dopamine the wrong way, I just stop. So I'm very careful because of my ADHD to not push routines into burnout. And it's a big deal for me. So I kind of go with whatever natural flow it is. If that means, just getting skinny before getting built back up, I hear bodybuilders call that a cut, so whatever. I'm not worried. That being said, uh, yesterday, even though I had my xylem shake and everything, I kind of did have a little bit of a movement this morning, but it was like hard poops, you know what I mean? Like, and I haven't had those since starting my apple with a piece of bacon idea. And I've been having one of those every single day since, except for yesterday. And of course, suddenly I don't have like a full movement this morning. So I definitely want to go ahead and reiterate, I don't care what doctors say about this trick. I don't think I've heard it before. But a whole apple and a cold chilled piece of bacon makes one of the best snacks if you're struggling, for me anyway. I don't know how it would work for you. I'd love to hear if it works for somebody else. That would be just amazing. But it worked for me like an actual charm. It keeps me full for like hours. It keeps me through afternoon munchies, and I feel like I got the sweet, the savory, the salty, the fat. It's just like so delicious, like that I just love this snack. I think I could definitely have it every day. And it's a pretty guaranteed thing that it's going to be followed by just a very lovely, emptying of the colon later on. So I'm going to keep that trick up because I do think that helps overall with the journey that I'm on. There's not much of another update here. Everything is just kind of the way that it was before. But I just wanted to kind of cover that, because I do like trying things that are a little bit untested as long as it's safe enough. Because I do think that sometimes medical science likes to cling to what it knows, and it doesn't really like to delve into what other cultures or what other people might have tried out that they say works for them. I'm a big person who believes in personal testimony over sometimes official science. Sometimes within reason. I certainly try to study most of my stuff based on science. I suppose it's the way I was raised to question pretty much everything. So onward with the study. I know I'm not poisoning myself to death with this stuff. I hope you have a fantastic week and that you're treating yourself very well. Cheers.